If you know anything about the Bible, you know one of the most common stories is the story of the prodigal son. In Luke chapter 15, verses 11 through 32, it's a story about how a son goes to his father and requests all of his inheritance and decides to go spend it all on unnecessary things, let's just say. Shortly after he spent all his money, there was a famine in the land. On top of the fact that he had no money, he had no food either. So after spending some time struggling and doing dirty work and thinking about eating the animals' food, he's like, wait a minute. My pop's got a whole kingdom over there, and even his servants are eating good. They get 3 meals a day. I'm over here struggling. I'm starving. You know what? I'm just going to go apologize. I'm going to tell him I sinned. I messed up. And hopefully he'll forgive me. Now, before he even gets all the way to the house, from a distance, his dad sees him and is like, he runs up to him, embraces him in his arms, and is just like, he barely got a chance to get the words out of his mouth before his dad was like, I got you. Everything you've been stressing about, everything you've been needing, food, clothes, everything, I got you. This video is for those people who feel like the prodigal son, who've been out there doing dirty work, doing all types of stuff to take care of themselves. It's time you find your father. Or I should say, it's time you find your way back to your father. And the reason I say back to your father is because you were always his. He was always your father. Even when you decided you wanted to go and do things your way, he never left you. And I guarantee you right now that you can give up everything that you've been doing and run back to him, and he's going to accept you with open arms. I know for a lot of us, especially me, when I first came back to Christ, it was difficult for me to grasp the fact that he was my father. Our problem is that a lot of us relate God to our earthly fathers, and we think that we can't count on him because we might not have been able to count on our earthly fathers. But I want to tell you that just like the father in this story, God is going to accept you no matter what. It does not matter what you've done. It does not matter how far you've gone, how long you've been gone. It does not matter. At the end of the day, there's nothing that you could do, say, or think that God would not forgive you for. In fact, he already knows. I think it's time to stop settling for scraps and go back to where your father's at.